This conference will now be recorded.
Okay, today what we are going to do is we are going to take a Lambda URL and connect it to a domain using AWS. Every time we are using Lambda server functions to deploy our front-end sites, and we need to um, connect that Lambda to a valid URL, a domain name, so that we can uh, hit it with the browser. Correct. So what we are going to do first, let me show you the Lambda. This is the Lambda that I've created. It's a test Lambda, and we need to route it. First, there are certain services that we require through the AWS. First of all, we need an AWS console account from which we can go to the AWS console and um, find all the services here. First, we need to provide an SSL security layer for our domain. For that reason, we need to visit Amazon Certificate Manager. If we go into that service, we can see there are many services, many domains that have already registered for security purposes to apply a security layer. So this is region specific. So whatever uh, region you deploy your Lambda in, for instance, this is the Lambda that I have deployed, and this is the region US East 1. So that needs to be consistent when we try to fetch for the certificate. We need to go into a specific region and then request a certificate. Then we request a certificate, and since we are doing it on a test, so I'll give it a name test.influxiq.com. Will be the domain name. And if we need another domain name that we usually use, that is www.test.infosecurity.com, we need to add another name to the certificate itself. We don't want to waste certificates. There are limited resources, so we need to be very smart using this service. Now, when we have entered all the desired domain names, we can go to the next step. We are going for DNS validation itself. We can also do email validation. You can check that out by yourself, but today I'm going to discuss about DNS validation. So I'm going to go to the next step. I want to review. These are the two domain names that I've applied for, and the validation method is DNS. So we confirm and request. When we confirm and request, under the validation command, they give the specific domain names over here. What we need to do, we're going to click on these and see they have given a certain CNAME type record that will be added in Route 53. We can either do it manually, or the best way to do is uh, from here is by clicking on create record in Route 53. It will automatically create the record there for us. See success. The DNA records were written on your Route 53 hosted zone. We need to do the same for www as well. We go there and create. So to cross check that, what we can do is we can visit Route 53 and see for ourselves if the CNAME record has been added. We'll go to the hosted zones. These are hosted in our company. So we can find, you can see both the CNAME records test.influxiq.com and www.test.influxiq.com with type CNAME has been added. So thus we get our SSL certification. And once this is done, we need to continue to go to the listing where all the certificates are listed. It does take some time. Over here, probably you're going to see that the status is pending action, pending validation. The status is still pending validation. It will take a couple of minutes or maybe 5 minutes for the status to change. Again, when we are routing a Lambda, you can see there's before the execute API part, there is a code. This is the unique identifier of this Lambda. We can copy it and we can go to the management console. Now what we're going to do is we're going to enter the API services, API gateway services, which we are entering right now. We have entered in the API gateway services. Because it is also region specific, we need to specify that the Lambda was in US East 1. Then we can easily find through this ID. This is the unique identifier of the Lambda. If we find for that, we can easily find dev hello world. This is the name of my project, and this is the ID of that Lambda. So we know that the API is named dev hello world. This is what we require. Once we are done with this, we have to go to the custom domain name. When we deploy a Lambda, AWS itself manages its CloudFront part, means from the part the server is handling the requests, and the S3 part, the S3 bucket where the actual file is stored, the browser file is stored. Okay. That is automatically created by the AWS services. We don't need to go in there. We just need to go to the custom domain names, open it in a new link. Here are the custom domain names that I've already created in the previous months. So it is very easy to create a custom domain name. We just click on create. We can give the domain that we desire. Let's say test. influxiq.com, and it is edge optimized since it is only lambdas deployed in region 1 will be edge optimized. That is the rule, and that will be a REST API. So if we deploy it in North Virginia or US East 1 region, it will be the endpoint will be edge optimized. The TSL version is fine. We don't need to tamper with that. And here you have to select the ACM certificate. That is why we have managed the certificate in the first place. So we can select here and see testinfrastructure.com certificate is right here. And here, from here, we can just select create. But first we need to see that if the ACM is done, the status is still pending. I'm going to refresh it. Yes, the certificate is issued. Now we can go ahead with the process. If we create it, yes, my custom domain name has been successfully created. It is an endpoint type edge TSL version 1.2. Status is available. This is the domain name that has been given. This is a CloudFront domain name. This is from this URL we can hit this program, and what we need to do next, we need to map the API from this custom domain name. So we can go into the configure API mappings. We need to add a new map, and from here, as you have known, and we have already searched for this, and we got the name as dev hello world. The same we need to find here. If you search for it, dev hello world, this is the lambda that we have created in the first place. We need to configure this mapping. The stage name will be automatically provided. It has been deployed in a development stage. As you can see, stage is dev. So just we need to add the API mapping in the stage. The path is not needed. Then we can click on save, and the API mapping is done. Now what we need to do, since this is the domain name, API gateway domain name that we get, we need to route this to our main domain name, and Route 53 is going to do the job for us. So we go back to Route 53. Over here, this is the hosted zone. This is infrasciq.com, where we want to keep our record set. We need to click on create record set. I need to give the domain that we desire. Make sure that you give the subdomain part, and the rest will follow. Since we are using a subdomain, that is why we need to do this. We need to put this test in front of it so that it becomes test.infrasciq.com. If you are working with the actual domain, nothing should be written over here. It will automatically take infrasciq.com. Correct? So we are not using any IP, we are using an alias. And over here, we need to paste our URL that we got from API services. And we create the record set under type A. There are many types, but we need to specify it will be a type A record. And we create it. Once we create it, this record has been added, and this domain should be active in 5 to 10 minutes. We can easily hit this domain and request for our API. Yes, right now our domain has been pointed. Remember that we have given the whole Lambda URL that will be taken when we are mapping the API, and then the stage is dev. And on the other part, since it is in Lambda, we have to, and the code is written in that way that we need to provide this part at the end of the code. This should run perfectly. Okay.